Alright, so about ready to get started. Very, very, very excited to do this flying tonight. I've been slowly upgrading things to get to the point where I can stream. This time, excited because I'm not having any Zoom calls or anything else like that monopolizing my internet connection. Also, this simulator runs a lot smoother than X-Plane does, so all things put together, this should run pretty well. Trying to figure out why it's not grabbing the window. There we go. Alright, so first things first, I've been flying a lot of jets lately. I did a great flight in the SR-71 the other day, hanging out with a friend of mine, getting to talk a little bit about his history as an international student from Nigeria while I flew over Nigeria. But tonight is all about combat. It's all about just getting a feel for fighting again. Go ahead and take up against a G14. One enemy wave. This is just a quick warm-up round. Just to get it back under my fingers again, because I have not been flying vintage. Flying jets is a very, very, very different world. I kind of am going to need to take the time to just remind myself everything I need to be reminded of. Fuel. You know what? How much fuel should I take? Probably going to be fully loaded. Let's just put ourselves kind of in a bad situation. We'll do 90% or 85%. And levers, my skin, so I have my blue nose cones, my blue nose. All right, now let's get into it. It's like riding a bike, right?
Ruffman, clear. Search for enemy aircraft. Free to engage. Out. Ruffman, clear. Search for enemy aircraft. Free to engage. Out.
Ruffman, this is ground tower. In contact.
Alright, so taking it up and over, trying to use as good as I can.
This is ground tower. Engage enemy.
Come over here, just look over here and realize I need to grab this down a little bit more on the engines. There we go. Alright, yeah, that's better. And now I lost track of my target. Well, the one thing I know for sure, he's up here trying to kill me. There he is. So first thing I'm going to do is get into the vertical, stay in the vertical. Going straight down. Pulling in to try and defeat that shot. Switch over my shoulder. Go straight up. And the reason I'm trying to keep it in the vertical is because this plane has superior zoom climb performance to German airplanes. They can outclimb me in a regular climb, but as long as it's a zoom climb, i.e. going straight up or straight down, I have an advantage. And there we go, just like that. I'm going to catch him on the way up when he's low on energy. Hopefully he tries and pulls this around. Just barely missed. And we'll go ahead. We'll stay in pursuit. Pulling just enough G to begin blacking out. Yeah, we're our full bore, full throttle ahead. Following his smoke trail right now while he's lost in the ironworks. Alright, here we go again. Yeah, that amazing German dive performance. They dive like no tomorrow. I got a couple low energy hits there. They probably didn't do a lot of damage. There we go. There's some hits. Got some additional tail hits. And I'm just going to ease up, let him go over before I follow him, just to build some separation. I'm also going to go ahead and pull my engines back for this dive. Yeah, I think he's done. He doesn't seem to be doing anything about that. Yep. There we go. I'm not even going to bother landing. Let's just go and... Ooh. Not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Why does this keep happening? Exit here. Multiplayer at this point. I'll tab over. What's going on? Need to see connection data. It's happy now. I don't know why. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Moving forward. Ooh. Organized by player count, and CombatBOX is jumping 71 people. We're going to get into a fight. That's for sure. That's for sure. I'm nervous. Every time I fly in CombatBOX, I go sideways. The last time that I flew, I managed to jump someone and got in behind him. And it was a perfect setup. I nailed my shots, but then when I broke away from him, I broke away and kind of under and was looking back and up at him, and he had this amazing paint job in the bottom of his Messerschmitt. I was just like, look at this paint job, it's beautiful, and flew right into a mountain. Classic ADHD, like, look, hey, there's a squirrel moment. But hopefully the stream stays healthy going into this. It might even be the case that my Ethernet card is the issue. There's food for thought. That's great. Well, I can't switch adapters now, so it doesn't matter. All right, let's try and figure out even what's going on. Eindhoven. Full side strategic targets. Cool, there's Allied B-25s that are going to be around. So that's cool. It's only giving me a spectate option. Did the server fill up in the time it took me to get in here? Definitely did. Seems to have at least. I don't see any YouTubers I recognize, which is good. It looks like we're roughly evenly matched. Got a couple more killers than they do, but we're roughly evenly matched in terms of aces. So that's good news. Alright, so where do I want to fly? It looks like we are getting absolutely smashed. So looking at the way they're moving from south to north, I think it's a pretty good bet that they're going to be hitting this industrial area next. So I'll start here. Yeah, and there's P-38s available. That's good. I can set up my P-38. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take 80% fuel. I want my extra ammo. I want my Bendix. The Bendix is a radio compass that makes it so that I can see where home airport is and levers, so that I'm nice and blue, because blue is pretty. Very pretty. And with that, let's get going. Oh boy. Whew. Take it a minute for these textures to load in, which is an interesting problem. There we go. Alright. First engine. Actually, we're going to go ahead and select both engines. Get my mixture up. Can I start both engines at once? I can. Okay, that's cool. Some servers don't allow that. No, I want the parking brake on. So yeah, as the virtual pilot here goes through his wickets and starts all the switches related to starting the airplane. Fuel is on. Prop pitch is full. Throttle back to like 8% or so. That should be a good place to start. And looks like we got a P-51 in the lineup with us, and it looks like another 38 on the other side. And there's another, ooh, okay, 38s are popular, and I'm guessing the runway's over there, so that's good to know. Celestial navigation, someone's lost. My webcam feed is covering up the chat, but someone just put on, how are we supposed to navigate if we can't see ourselves on the map? It is, when you first start from a situation where you can see what's going on to where you can't see what's going on the map and stuff, it is nerve-wracking, to say the least. It's definitely an acquired skill. Speaking of which, it's time for me to start thinking about that myself. I'll zoom the map in a little bit here so I can see landmarks. Looks like when I take off, there'll be Antwerp, there'll be a major river, there'll be a minor river with canals. There's a city over the major, just across from the major canal. What I want is north of that. Come on, let's go. The other P-38 already got out of here. Come on. Do I have external view while I'm... No. Sometimes servers will, they'll let you go to external view while, all your engines are starting. Everything's on. Back to warbird flying and steering exclusively with the brakes. You can see down there those pedals. I have similar pedals under my desk. So just kind of trying to get into the mindset here for this takeoff. I don't think I need any flap or anything. I don't have any bombs on. Don't remember reading anything about any wind. Probably should have, but look, from the look of that smoke, the wind is in my face anyway. Just gonna wiggle the prop pitch and just make extra sure that it is set to full. Airspeed, the lower left there, just passing 100, 110. Gear coming up. Anyone else think this sun setting is BS? I think it's fun. I've got 20 minutes to find someone. I'm just going to stay at WEP, keep pitch to speed 150, which is my best climb speed. I'm just kind of keeping an eye out already for enemy fighters. I'm past the point where I'm defended by the server rules, saying that you can't shoot people or just taking off. As we're crossing now through 4,000 feet. Alright, so there's the first canal. There's supposed to be a city over there somewhere. I think that's it. And then north, there's another city by the other canal. There's that. That's that industrial area I'm supposed to be defending. Now we're going to go ahead and take our RPMs back. About 2,400. We're going to go ahead and keep our manifold pressure firewalled. Now that's way north of me. Alright. Just try and keep an eye out. Now the one advantage that I have is the sun is... I'm coming out of the sun right now. So they should be bright specks of reflecting metal in the sky, and they shouldn't be able to see me for crap. What are those? Okay. Fuel warning. I didn't know that I had those lights, but that's good to know. Second engine. Let's pull the engines back a little bit. I don't want them in emergency mode. Is Kingfish one of ours or one of theirs? I need to know these things. Altitude. Really? We're passing through 10,000 already. That's good. I can go ahead and ease up on the climb and let myself build some speed. In case I get jumped, I can fight. Speed is life. A little bit of rudder. You can hear the oxygen mask in the background there. So I'm going to start meandering over to where I'm supposed to be defending things. We don't have long, so probably what I'm going to do is just plan on not landing. You see that? It's along that canal. Visual. I don't know if you guys can see that itty bitty dot. Is there anyone else? There doesn't seem to be anyone else around him. Well, the engine's back. I'm going to let them cool off. And we're going to see what's up with this guy. He looks pretty silver, which means he should be a friendly returning home. He's on the proper course for that. But I don't have long left in the round, so we'll make sure. We'll trim in so I'm not pushing forward so hard. Yeah, a little bit of airframe shake, which means we must be moving. About 300. Yeah, that's a P-38. We're pulling off. That, on the other hand, is flying suspiciously low directly over the target that I am supposed to be defending. Which does make one wonder. So now we'll check him out. I lost him in the prop arc. I just spotted another guy a little further out. So, he's pretty far down, so I'm not going to go directly on him. I'm going to try and hold on to a little bit of this altitude, set myself up in a slight descent. We're going to go ahead and firewall these engines. Real quick, check 6. I don't see anything. I'm also going to lean out my mix. There he is. Really can't tell if that's an enemy plane. Fuck. Well, for the record, and many hours of flying on CombatBOX, that's actually the first time I've done that. Those guys have their lights on, which I'm going to guess means they're friendly. Either that or they're extremely bold enemies, knowing that that's what you would do. Oh, someone beat me to it. Alright, where are we headed right now? Should be heading east. $13.10. It looks like all the action's up here. We'll head northeast. So where that mess of rivers and things is, just south of that, should be a city of some kind. I just had an idea. Damn. That used to be something that you could do. It's about to go and try and turn the stream processes to high priority processes, but I guess that's not a thing in Windows 10. Which kind of sucks a little bit. What was that? I saw a glint. There's the first city, and there should be a second city a little further out where stuff is kind of popping off. Check 6. 6 is clear for now. It is hard to tell how bad the stream is. Because it's weird, because on one place it says the stream health is excellent, and then in another it's saying I'm not getting a good enough video connection. What is that? That looks pretty chrome. Oh, cool. That started a IFF flash, and everyone friendly just flashed their navigation lights. They know that there's an idiot shooting friendlies out and about. I feel so terrible about that. It was a P-51, and P-51s have kind of a squarish fuselage, kind of similar to what German fighters have, and that's what I was looking for to be good to shoot. Unfortunately. So here's that mess of rivers. And here's a bunch of lakes. Let's take a look at the map here. There's a city middle of it. I think that's all over here. Which means when I look to my left, we've got a little airport. Is that yeah, that's Gills down there. And there's friendly tanks. So there's that city. There's friendly tanks over there somewhere that someone might show up looking to do some harm to. There's that 51 heading out. Speaking of, someone is attacking those tanks. Where'd that city go? Alright, so there's that city. The tanks are halfway down the road. I've got a visual. He's just... See that little piece of woods there? Tailplane's becoming ineffective because of the speed. I need to be careful about that. Looks like there's already another friendly engaging. Looks like there's all sorts of crap going on down there. Alright, that guy's hitting ground targets, which leads me to believe that he is not friendly. Alright, yeah, that's a BF-110 probably. We're going to take this up and over. Looks like we've got a flight pair. Maybe he's got an escort, I don't know. No, this is just not a good attack angle. Not when he's that close to the deck. Shit. Yep, I'm done killed myself. Ooh. Oh, I was hoping he would manage to pull out of that either. I probably don't even have enough time to get back in. See if I can real quick. See if I can get this stream a little healthier. Doot, 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 doot. So yeah, now I'm gonna do a quick modification. With network and internet settings, I'm just going to, because I've got my Wi-Fi turned off. I've only got... Who knows? Maybe that will help. Because now I've got Ethernet and Wi-Fi. And maybe, I don't know if things are smart enough to use them both, but it's worth a shot. This here is saying, it's saying that we're hitting our bitrate upload. And I'll have to keep an eye on that to see if that drops when I'm actually flying. I really wish I could make that smaller. There's just no convenient place to put all this stuff, but I don't think my computer can handle running this spare monitor at a higher resolution to get myself more room to work with. But hopefully opening up some additional network resources can help. I'm not sure because it's a different device. I don't know if the stream knows how to like split the paths, so to speak. But yeah, that's a classic target fixation problem. I was super energy. I probably had over 350 miles an hour in the airplane, and when I got into that dive, I pulled full back, didn't feel the nose coming up, and was like, oh no, what have I done? Pulled the power back, got the air brake out, because the air brake in the P-38 is designed to both slow you down and pull the nose up. But oh, I screwed it up. It's that simple. Man, I hope CombatBOX didn't fill up because I walked away from it and now I'm coming back. That would be unfortunate. Alright, dogfight, continue. Players, CombatBOX. Finish virtual pilots and tactical air war. Wings of Liberty. That Finnish virtual pilots has really been taking off. I might check them out sometime and see what kind of scenarios they're going with. Because not everyone does the kind of just straight up ground attack and then defend kind of setup like CombatBOX does. And that dynamic war tag actually sounds pretty interesting depending on how they can set it up. Because I know the mission creators in IL2 can do some cool things, but not many people are really playing with it. Something I should get into. Make missions. Probably be good at it. Oh, I'll probably get back in just in time to be looking at a loading screen. That would very much be my luck. Yep. Just looking at this beautiful picture of this, would it be a yak? Lag? I think it's a lag. It's got the, show you guys. Thing. can I get my mouse over there? There it is. See how long it takes to figure that out. There we go. Ah, well, I missed it, but oh well. Oh, can I even? How long is left in the round? Wish I knew. 36 to 29. So we don't. Yeah. Well, in that case, I might as well try and fly. Up here seems to be where the action is right now. I'm going to go ahead and take 50% fuel. This plane has enough fuel with drop tanks for like 6 hours of endurance. I don't think I have the drop tanks available for this, but even without them, it's still way more flight time than a game mode like this needs. Pitch, throttle, start some engine. Never mind me, just playing with my stick. Forgot to change my paint job to levers. So now I'm just all chromey. Big sad. Oh, so right now the air crew is hand turning the props. In real life, there'd be a line of airmen going through and doing all that. Priming some things. You'll see switches kind of move around the cockpit. I kind of wish that IL2 had gone for a clickable cockpit, just so that I could do all this stuff. You actually can set up the keyboard controls to do everything. With the parking brake, just in case. But like I was saying, you can set up the keyboard controls to do everything, but it's not really designed in mind for someone to be able to actually do everything with a keyboard as much as it is you can build a control board that mimics the real cockpit and then set it up as a keyboard. Neither side was able to win the map. I'm guessing that means I am not going to make it here. I don't even think this other engine's going to start. Or CombatBOX loads the next one. Oh, they've changed that rule. Cool, because it used to just be no vulching. Which is like taking people, like killing people while they take off and land, but now they actually have like protected zones. Cool. Just start the next map. There we go. And that's the server restart. Well, I kind of will treat that as a warm-up. Can't let my ADHD get the better of me. Go after people prematurely. Let's see. Score of 200. 2 planes. Tanks. A lot of buildings. Oh, next highest on the German side is 81, but look at that. Ace. So, organizing them by airplane kills. Yeah, Germans definitely have some scarier pilots up right now. For sure. Again, not really seeing any other YouTubers or streamers that I recognize. Which is probably a good thing for me. If I saw someone that I recognized on, I'd probably be pretty intimidated. Because I know that they're really good. But definitely, those two that both had 8 kills, I wonder if they're flying as a flight pair. They might be. It's definitely something that I noticed that BF-110 that I was trying to get in on. It looked like he had some protection. But that's what my 30 mils for in the nose. I think it's a 25 millimeter Spano. But that's why I got a cannon. I'm proud to fly the P-38 just for that alone. Not many American planes have cannons. Most European planes do, like this one here, with it through the prop cone there, or the prop spinner, excuse me. That's like the standard setup for all the other air forces in the world. Britain didn't have many through the prop spinner. They usually had 20 mils on the wings. So the Spitfire had 450s and 220s in most of its configurations. But almost everyone had mixed caliber weapons, a couple big ones. And then some smaller ones. We were the only ones that threw down on having 650 cals on pretty much everything, which is weird because us Americans tend to think this timeline the Allies never broke Enigma. Instead of access to Ultra, decrypted German communications across all theaters. Allies were relatively blind. Pushback by the Soviets in 42. Renewed strain the Eastern Front. German reoccupies Russian territory and even seeks to expand its reach. So, what kind of planes am I going to have? Russian planes? I don't have a lot of Russian planes, guys. Can fly a Spitfire. The lag, which I actually do like the lag. I haven't flown one in a while. Yeah. Oh. Oh. So much for that. I why can't I fly the D-22? Oh, it's the Razorback configuration and the late war. So it's Spitfire or lag. And to be honest, I think I might, between the two, actually want to fly a lag. Did pretty well with one the last time I flew one. Decisions, decisions, decisions. We'll go with the Spit. Sight. Maryland 70. Oh, I'm also going to have to make do without a Bendix as well. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter what paint scheme I... There's no alternative ammunition schemes available. I am going to tighten up my convergence a little bit because I tend to open fire rather close. Can't remember. Field conditions were changed. Field conditions were changed. I think there's too many people at that airbase, maybe. And take off from here. Yeah. Yeah, that must have been the issue. This is going to be nuts. There's going to be 70 people taking off all at once here. All right. props full. Throttle cracked. Fuel mix auto. No parking brake. Lots of Russian planes. I don't see many people opting for the Spitfire, which makes me wonder if I am screwing up by taking one. Bright daylight. Runway seems to be that way. Yeah, the reason I took the Spitfire over the Russian plane is just because the Spitfire has a lot more automatic systems than the Lag does. The Lag has manual radiators, manual fuel mix with an EGT. This thing's pretty much auto everything. Alright. I think that finishes the flipping switches portion of the flight. Let's get going. Easy. Oh. I forgot. This is one of those weird planes that does not have toe brakes. So that's great. And so it's got like this brake lever and pneumatic brakes. And the way that works is the pneumatic brakes preferentially brake on whichever side you have the rudder pedal pressed down on. It's a really funky system. I'm not a fan. Quickly kind of spin it around a little bit just so I can get a look-see here around the nose. I'm trying to figure out if there is a runway or if this is one of those dirt fields where you just kind of go for it. Is that the runway? Maybe. There's airplanes over it, so that's promising. Ground loop. You can tell I haven't flown this Spit in a long time. Alright. Exactly what I didn't want to have happen there. Jesus. All right. Now we're done noobing it up. Oh, I hate taxiing this airplane. All right, let's get the hell off the ground. Back into the air where life makes sense. What an ordeal. All right, now. That's the only type of compass that I have. So, time to figure out nav. Taking off from here. I got a couple major rivers. If we head to the east, there's a couple major. If we keep that major rivers to the left, it should lead us to the line. gonna be pretty hard to tell where the actual offensive line begins. Just because of the fact that navigation here isn't going to be as solid. Alright, so there that comes off. Now those two rivers go up. And that one's got kind of a chink in it somewhere, and that's apparently where the offensive line begins. So that is enemy territory over there. Nervous. Haven't flown this airplane in a long time. And it has a really weird stability thing where as you pull, it becomes more and more unstable. So it has this tendency to want to automatically like deepen its turns on its own, which is really weird. All right, let's go ahead and take it off WEP. Alright, so the plane can keep this up forever. Alright, so I'm looking out at those two rivers. And I'm looking for movement. I'm going to go ahead and make my push. I'm going to want to keep those two rivers in sight, because without them I am lost. And I don't have a Bendix to take me home if I get super lost. Alright, so when you're following the two rivers, there's a point where the woods kind of stop. Seems like a point of interest. 214. Way north of me. Way north of me. Get out of here. Alright, so we're here-ish. There's some friendly tanks over there that someone might come after. Visibility like to the rear. Pitiful. Cool. Cool! It's not like I was flying a P-38 that had perfect rear visibility or anything. There's some 30 enemy airplanes up. And it looks like they went north, not south, and I am to the south, near Callanan. Where's that? Everything's in acrylic. I have no idea what that is. Oh, what a surprise. Hey. That's us. We need to find that tank brigade. Wherever it is, there's an enemy plane molesting them right now. Oh, hello. Check 6. Deep in lag. Keep it in lag. Don't get overexcited. Probably doesn't know I'm here yet. Oh, he knows now. Yeah, might be able to make that pole. I'm going to come in tight and take it over the top. Holy crap. Who's he and why is he behind everyone? I have suspicions about your intentions, sir. Yeah, no, that looks like a Russian fighter. Yeah. Was quite the party. Check our temps real quick. Ah, we barely pushed anything. X6. Looks like we're clear. Where are we headed? Oh, this is the west, right? Is it just me, or is that compass stuck? Oh, that's great. Now, we can always latch on to some friendlies. Six 512. I think those people are calling out contacts. That's north of here if I want to go. Yeah, that's where these guys seem to be headed. Which means that my home airport, so those are those two, and I can follow my home airport is there. Gonna have to build like my mental map in my head of how the hell to get back. You see a glint? I don't think there was a glint. Stream status is poor. What is there exactly that I can do about that, really? It's putting 4,700 kilobytes up. I don't really see what the issue is. And I'm just going to stick with these two. They seem to know what they're doing. Turning through the west now. which means we're heading back out to enemy territory. North is that way. Our contact's called out there. I don't see anything now. Six? Six is clear. Usa, Ayusa. See at 150. Southish. It's high too. Let's go ahead and push the engines to combat. And see if we can't go figure him out. It's turning into me, which means he at least suspects that I might be something he wants to shoot at. He looks pretty boxish. He's climbing like mad. That's usually indicative of a German airplane as well. He has an altitude advantage. Let's see if I can get him to press it. I'll get some fighting speed in the airplane just in case. Doesn't seem to be engaging me, which leads me to believe that he's probably an Allied aircraft. Yeah. I'll just give him a little wing waggle just to know that I know he's not a threat. Let's get orientated here. I no longer know where I am. Okay, there's home airfield. It seems to be what he's peeling off for. Altitude. It's about 12,000. I probably don't need much more than this. 413, is that near me? No, that's north of me, I think. Let's grab it heading home. Little navigation trick here. If I know that's my home airport, and it's 030, so now I can wing on the horizon. Oh, hey. Pull through. Oof. And, once again, that seems to be stuck, but 030's, I'm somewhere over here. I'm over a road. The northern front seems to be where the action is. I definitely do seem to be just on the wrong side of things. I'm going to go ahead and pull my engines back. Let's see then. Where would those tanks, I think, are somewhere over there. No, I think that's them there. Right? Yeah, that's them. So that's what I'm defending right there. So I can probably push out a little bit this way. And just see if I can catch anyone else that shows up for them. This is kind of what it's going to be for a little bit. I don't have too much longer that I can fly for. Checking the time here. Yeah, I got a little bit longer, but not too much longer that I can fly for. I think that's that flight pair that I was flying with earlier. Kind of concerned about how close they got to me before I realized they were there. Which is less than great. Are those friendly? I mean, they got a pretty good look at me. And they're not trying to engage. And Spitfires are pretty distinctive. I feel like if they are enemy, they're playing it surprisingly cool. People are dying. But I am just... No one wants to go for this southern target. I wonder if it's because that guy probably got on the radio and was like, dude, I got jumped by like 15 people. Don't go south. My fuel state. Oh, that's right. This is one of those ones you gotta press the button to check the fuel. And I don't have a button set up for that. So, that's that. Aw, trim. Alright, I'm back in contact, I think, with what I'm defending. One of these odd-looking angular cities by the river. Huh. I have reason to believe that I am lost. I don't recognize anything. Do I have radiator controls in this? Absolutely not. Good to know. Okay. Which way am I headed right now? 060. A lake. Hey. There's a lake. Uh-huh, and a river. And a T-shaped place, and a little airport. No little airport. Or is there a little airport around anywhere? I don't see a little airport. Anywhere, actually. Well, I know friendly lines are to the east. So let's set ourselves up flying to the east. That'll be step one. Next thing is just kind of look around. Three rivers coming together. Lots of farmland, not a lot of woods, it seems. Three rivers coming together. Three rivers coming together. Down here, maybe? No, there's no little lakes like I'm seeing. Wait. Little lake, river, airport. Three rivers coming together. There's one of the rivers. Rivers coming together. No. No. Which? Point directly at the town? It does. This is not good. I figure out where I am. There's not a lot of lakes on this map. Lake in forest, lake not in forest. A lake. Lake in forest, lake not in forest. Look at that. Yeah, that's like yin and yang. And there's a couple towns around it. So are we... Okay, so we're parallel. Get that on our wingtip right now. Okay. So we're parallel. Lined up. So we're down here, and there's that airport. Alright. Alright, we know where we are now. Okay, so I'm somewhere over here. No wonder I'm running into anyone. I need to turn north and get back to everything. Okay. Alright. Navigational panic. What's my altitude? 17,000? I don't need all this altitude. I'm going to get rid of some of it. Whew. And that is why navigation is a part of life on this server. It does make life a lot more challenging. Is that my only fuel tank? I just saw it. There's something that I gotta like do to make it. I don't know. Alright, so that's the river. So I'm following a river north. Which, let's see where those lakes go. There it is. There's that river. So then where that first one comes off, there's a factory. Oh, no, here it is. So there's a factory over there, and there's tanks over there. Is that the deal, or did I already get over? No, we're just now going over those. There's a factory in that city there, I think. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's tanks further north, and then there's enemy tanks along the river further north as well. There it is. Now I know where my targets I'm defending are and where enemies will be coming from if they show up. Thank goodness for those two lakes. That made it so much easier to figure out where I was. It was literally like a yin-yang symbol or something. I think I just... Yeah, I see something over in that cloud. It's a far way away, but it's there. And it's also coming to check me out. Anything else moving? I don't really see anything else going on anywhere. Fuck. There he is. I lost him for a second there. It's just nerve-wracking when you're tracking a target like this because it's like, I don't know if there's anyone sneaking up behind you. I know for a fact though, this guy definitely knows I'm here. Can't quite make out anything about that airplane yet. It's not looking very German right now, though. Yeah, that was a friendly. Someone else flying cover for the south here. Man, it looks like going south was just a bad bet. It was not a good bet. Let's see. What time do I want to stop flying? Oh, I don't know how much fuel I... Hey. He's booking. I mean, it makes me feel like he's trying to get away with something. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just slowly giving up altitude. I crank my throttles. We'll have to catch this guy. We're chasing him now. And it's just up to who's got the faster plane. Seem to be him right now. Because he is out of here. Which does make me suspicious because German planes are known to be pretty fast. And most of the Russian planes aren't as fast as their German counterparts. So unless this is another Spitfire, we just dumped a bunch of altitude to go that fast. Yeah, he knows I'm back here. And he's getting evasive. I'll let him go to the side. Dive speed's pretty good. Now, this is definitely either another Spit or a German. Trying to stay abreast of him so I can at least have some plan for him. If you come in straight from the tail, it's next to impossible to get details. Yeah, that's friendly. Oh, friendly airplane after friendly airplane. Now I'm out of position again. Where is this mess? I'm actually right near the home airport. I might as well kip in for some gas. Pilot's tired. Trim for landing. Go ahead and just use the other runway, I guess. Or no, we'll just go ahead and turn around. These airplanes are taking off kind of the other way. So we'll yield to the direction of established traffic, as we're supposed to in VFR flying. I'm going to give myself a little bit more room for this turn here. Oh, landing the Spitfire. This is always a doozy. Just check my landing gear R down. That was one hell of a bounce. Oh, I did rip off a flap. That kind of sucks. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and shut it down here. Oh, no fuel mix control. That's right. Coding overloaded. Consider turning it. Well, why are you trying to push 5,700? Yeah, we'll go ahead and take the chance to get some fuel. Go. Now it is set, but I think I can change that now. Actually. Let's turn it down to 3,800. See that manages to hold things a little steadier. Got about 10 minutes left. Yeah, we'll probably have to call it here. So, not a great day's flying. Didn't do a good job at figuring out where the fight was. This map is all about this northern fight up here. Or, well, I don't have the map up, but it's all about the northern fight. I went south. Only things I really ran into were people covering the same target that I was. Had a lot of rejoins, a lot of identifying work. That one dogfight that I got into, I slammed myself into the ground, was probably the only opportunity tonight to actually get some action, but it's good to get back into it. You know, the thing that I like to say about flying these planes online is that it's kind of like deer hunting. It's not just about the combat and being able to, you know, fly the plane well offensively and defensively and good gunnery and all of those things. It's also about knowing how to find targets, how to set yourself up so that when you run into another plane, you're already in an advantageous position. And I'm pretty good in how I approach other airplanes. If any of those planes I ran into today had been an actual enemy, I would have been really well positioned to press. But unfortunately, like, if you don't, you know, it's just like deer hunting. Like, you can practice your rifle shooting and your bow shooting all you want, but if you don't know how to read game trails, read the wind, approach and stalk, or stalk and approach, I should say, then you're not going to bag a deer. And that really was the situation today, unfortunately. But you know, getting thrown into a new map that I don't know. I don't know where next time I see this map, I know that the north sector is the place to be, which is probably why the northern airfield that I was trying to spawn at in the first place filled up with people so quick. So, but overall, I am fairly happy with how the stream went. And I'm going to need to figure out what's going on with this encoder and why it's getting overloaded. I don't understand what that means or what that is, but this is all part of learning. So thank you for those of you who tuned in. Hopefully we'll have better luck next time.